Hi everybody, doing something a little different today. We're gonna, instead of doing this as a Facebook Live video, I'm gonna publish it to my YouTube channel and then also post it to the Facebook page. One of the things I'm trying to do a little bit of over the next couple of months, or I've been actually in the process of over the last couple months, is starting a YouTube channel which allows people who don't do Facebook to have access to my weather stuff. So you can actually find my videos there. I'll post a link in the comments section for how to find my YouTube channel. You can subscribe there as well if you want to make sure that you can see all the videos that I post through YouTube, if that's more convenient for you than through Facebook. On to the weather. We've been talking about the storm that's coming through overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, and the big headlines were there was going to be rain changing to snow, and then possibly some wind problems to go along with that. And basically, that has not changed, except that the amount of snow we're getting has moved to even higher elevations, so that for most of us, for all practical purposes, this will be a rainstorm. And so also that the winds look not quite as strong. It looks like the worst winds will probably be west of us, or only at the very highest elevations. They may not mix down quite as far as it was looking like yesterday. That's good news in terms of power outage problems. I think we could still possibly see us widely scattered, one or two power outages here or there, but not the real problems we were looking at. Yesterday it was looking like maybe we'd see 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That's problematic. Today I think it's more like 45, 50 at the most, and that would only be at the higher elevations. That's enough to take a few limbs down, but not really enough to cause widespread problems. So what does that look like at the surface? Here we are. We've got the radar over the eastern half of the United States, and we can see our surface low pressure system is still really kind of spread way out here. It's starting to consolidate. You can see some upper level energy here, and you've got this kind of stalled out front with the three pieces of low pressure along it, and then a couple pieces over here. All of this is basically coming together, and it's kind of happening slowly, but when all the pieces do finally get in the right spot together, which should happen this evening, a storm's really going to explode. That's going to start somewhere here in the over kind of in the North Carolina, Virginia area, and it's going to head basically pretty much due north, a little east of north. And what's going to happen is a shield of precipitation kind of along its warm front is going to pass through us here in southern Vermont. And it's going to be almost convective in nature. That is almost like a line of thunderstorms during the summer, except more spread out and not quite as intense. But that's our first chance at wind. We could. I'd be surprised but not shocked if a couple of us heard a rumble of thunder this evening or late overnight, sometime between midnight and 6 a.m. As the heaviest precipitation moves through. Like I said, it will be mostly in the form of rain. It will actually start as all rain. It will snap back over to snow in some locations, basically from the top down, so from the highest elevations down. Basically, if you live under 2,000 feet, I don't think you're going to see anything beyond a quick coating. It's possible the road gets slushy for a couple minutes, but it really shouldn't be a big issue snow-wise. If you're over 2,000 feet, you start to get a little accumulation there, and if you're over 2,500 feet, and at 2,500 feet, you're talking that's just basically the ski areas. Even the roads that go over the tops of the mountains, even Route 9 and Route 11, Route 100, where they go over the mountain passes, even they don't get over 2,000 feet. So you're really not talking much in the way of road problems. It's really just if you happen to be skiing, you will say, hey, it's snowing at the top of the mountain. Probably actually even raining at the bases of the ski areas. So, but at the tops of the ski areas, they could still get 3-6 inches of snow, possibly, depending on how quickly it turns over at those elevations. Winds also, like I said, not going to be quite as significant. And actually, the strongest winds, last night I was thinking they'd be as that kind of wave of precipitation moved through. We'll get some strong southeast winds then, maybe up to 35 to 40 miles an hour. But actually, our strongest winds will probably come on the backside of the storm and northwesterly flow with some leftover snow showers tomorrow during the day on Thursday. But I think gusts probably only to 40 to 45 miles an hour. That's enough to, like I said, take down a few branches, but it shouldn't cause huge problems. Just to take a quick look at the satellite, you can see how the storm is developing here. You've got this piece of upper level energy, this is just a really good picture of how storms kind of come together. Here you've already got this low pressure, surface low pressure system that's been, it's not super strong, but has been developing and moving a lot of moisture kind of northeast. And then you've had this fetch of moisture over the southeastern United States, which is kind of a stalled out front, part of a big frontal and jet stream energy that's just kind of stalled out there. All those pieces are coming together to create a rapidly developing storm, and you can just start to see, if I it's interesting here actually in the place where there is no clouds over Western Virginia, West Virginia, Western Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, those areas, that you're starting to get some bubbling up of some clouds. That's kind of where the storm system is starting to really develop, the surface low pressure that will eventually take over the whole system. In terms of what to look for weather-wise, like I said, let me go to the forecast and we can kind of summarize that. So heavy precipitation overnight through tomorrow morning. So basically that starts probably a little after midnight for us still and continues through 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, the heaviest of the precipitation. It's going to fall mostly as rain, except for at the very highest elevations. And as you can see, I basically just bumped up everything 500 feet from where it was yesterday. So if you're below 1,500 feet, you're talking just a coating of snow. If you're from 1,500 to 2,500 feet, an inch to 3 inches, and then above 2,500 feet, maybe you get 3 to 6 inches. And winds will be strong on the backside of the storm. Thursday during the day with a few power outages possible, although I don't think that's going to be nearly the problem I was concerned about it being yesterday. You can leave comments on the YouTube channel. There'll be a comment section there, or you can comment in Facebook and I'll try to respond as well. In terms of school, I think that's probably definitely a go tomorrow. It'll be wet and kind of miserable out, but I don't think the roads will be that bad. And looking forward after this, it looks like the weather will quiet down with just some kind of cold northwesterly flow. Cold for this time of year, not brutally cold, but highs in the mid-20s with kind of gusty winds, at least on Friday. And the winds letting up and warming up a little bit as we head towards the weekend. Okay? Hope everybody is staying safe out there. Hope your power stays on. I think it will. And we will see you again real soon.